Hello from Magic Kingdom, celebrating its, let me do some math, 53rd birthday?
There you go. Good
Yeah.
job.
Happy birthday, Magic Kingdom, Epcot, and Walt Disney World. Joining me live from the Magic Kingdom is Jeremiah. Hi, Jeremiah.
Hi, Kyle. How are you on this second most momentous day in Disney history?
Wow. I'm pretty well. I just finished the morning show. I'm about to share the link to this stream in our LP Discord, which you can access if you become an LP Elite member of this YouTube channel.
We're so elitist around here.
You know, it's a hard life. So how are you doing, Jeremiah? Are you enjoying... when's the last time you weren't in a Disney park for the birthday, for October 1st?
I was looking at my time hop, and I think, the past couple of years, because in between the 50th and 40th for Epcot, I've been pretty much nonstop, and I do feel like if it's July 17th, I'm never at Disneyland anymore, sadly, but if it's October 1st or May 1st or
April 22nd?
Thank you.
Yep.
April 21st.
I think it's 20. Is it 21st? It might be 21st.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's in April.
Yeah. I know where I will be on those days. And today, I've been surprised, walking in, because tonight is a Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party, by the way. Those are sold out for the season. So if you don't have your tickets, don't plan on going.
Animal Kingdom was April 22nd. Thank you.
Oh, all right. Good job, Kyle. I failed. No wonder I'm always there on the wrong day. But I walked in, the park is empty. We will see as we walk around, and it's only because tonight is a party night. So that means that all of these people, the regular park guests that paid for their ticket for today, most of them, the tourists, I feel, will either do the day ticket or the night ticket. They won't do both. And I've always said, if you have a day that you're here and it's a Christmas party or a Halloween party, rope drop Magic Kingdom, you can just about do everything because it's so empty. And then you're out by 4 o'clock when the regular park guests or the party guests start coming in.
Alexa notes that Animal Kingdom's birthday is also Earth Day and their birthday.
This new concrete work that they're doing is the shellacking on it. I can say that, right? Is so
I think
so fresh. You can smell it.
Wow.
And that is not
it looks like it's gotten a bit
canteen.
further. I think it was about up to the Treehouse last time we checked in with it from the other direction.
Is that you or me, Kyle? Sounds like popcorn when you talk.
I don't know. You sound robotic now too, so who knows?
Okay. Alexa, she'll tell us. So here we go. We're going to do really the only opening day attraction that I can do and stay live. And I know Doobie's going to be very sad on this. The Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse.
Speaking of opening day attractions, you can still do. I will say I did not know your Disney. Did you know about Impressions de France being the only Epcot opening day attraction that hasn't been touched since?
Yeah, it is the only thing that has changed on it is they changed it, of course. Also, before I answer that,
the only change is that they changed it.
Could you imagine having to actually wait through this? No, they updated it and they transferred it from film to 4K in 2020, but it is still the exact same film from 1982.
Nice. Yes, that's very interesting. I sat there and tried to think and then realized that I don't know enough to try to prove you wrong, so I'm just going to go with it.
No, and trust me, I would not have done it if somebody could have proved me wrong.
No, I know.
And
That was our conclusion on the morning show. It's like, I'm sure he researched it.
Yeah. No, and that's my Disney daily Disney did you know is usually pretty random, but I had to do at least something for the anniversary.
It is a holiday.
Today. It should be. And I do feel like I'm walking, on hollowed ground up here.
Is that because this is where I first came up with the concept of swishes?
No, it's where our CEO.
We were the first people, not the first people. I didn't mean to say that. We thought we were the first people. Like, we thought we were so smart. We're like, well, let's watch the fireworks from the Treehouse. They don't close it off. And then you learn that they play the Swiss Capulco the entire time. So we watch swishes.
I've never heard that phrased that way. I also feel like I haven't walked this since whenever their last refurbishment was, because some of these stairs actually look new.
It would be bad if people fell through them, so it's probably good to keep them up to date.
Here we go, the highest point that you can see the castle.
The eighth wonder of the world.
The top side of Magic Kingdom.
Exactly.
When was your first visit to the Magic Kingdom, Kyle?
I don't know if this is true, but my first memory of being in the Magic Kingdom was it must have been 96 or 97, because I remember the Cake Castle. I might have gone before that. I grew up in New Jersey, so it's possible that I went to Walt Disney World before that, but most of my memories beyond that 96 one were at Disneyland, because we had moved to Arizona. And then the first time that I remember going back to Walt Disney World and being able to actually remember everything was I went in 2009, right after the D23 Expo that year.
Wow, that was a while. So I stopped up here because I definitely haven't come up here since the Jungle Cruise has been shut down. And it's interesting, you can't really see on camera, but right here you can see that the river is drained. They're doing some work on the roofing because you can see a white tarp on top of it. But nothing outside, it's just the actual attraction part itself.
Luke is pointing out that if I were to do the same thing now, you could watch Swiss Believe Ever After, or if you're really look really close, Swiss Luminous, I guess. Swiss Luminous, which sounds like a Norwegian word. So
can't you get that at IKEA?
Probably. So the nearest IKEA to us is 3 hours away in Merriam, Kansas, and we are due to take a trip there.
You have to get some meatballs every now and then.
I don't do the meatballs. Maybe the cinnamon rolls, but we might need a couple of pieces of furniture, and IKEA is fairly convenient for that. Not convenient driving the 3 hours. What were you going to show me? You were standing there.
This spot will be a dedicated, historical landmark at some point, because this is where our CEO and his husband did their proposal.
TIL.
Yes. Again, there are things in my head that I just don't know. I mean, I know why that's there, because I'm sure our CEO has said it to me more than once. It's much like the rocks in front of Yak and Yeti, which, if you're not familiar with that, talk to Doobie tomorrow in the morning show about those rocks.
In between spoilers for things he knows you haven't seen, he sometimes tells you about his marriage proposal.
Exactly. Yeah, here, I mean, just look towards Pirates of the Caribbean and you can see how empty the park is. It is one of those days that I love being in this park. It reminds me of the old days.
Even on a holiday like today.
I know. Oh, so back in the day, they used to give cast members buttons for the anniversary, and all sorts of other things. Cupcakes were always very prominent. But something that has fallen out of favor, I want to say until Disneyland's anniversary this past year, was a pin that is not a 5 or a 0. And Magic Kingdom did one for the 53rd. And we put that out on Twitter if you want to show that photo.
Yeah, I will. I was going to say, I know you shared it, so let me see if I can download that. I will say, for cast members, as far as what they get, if you're at California, you're probably getting a Habit or an In-N-Out truck.
Which I would take either of right now.
I prefer Habit. That's mostly because of the fries.
See, In-N-Out can do no wrong.
That's my go-to in Vegas, where it's somehow the cheapest thing available. I'm working on it, I promise, by the way.
No worries. So, Adventureland actually has 3 opening day attractions still around. There is, of course, the Swiss Family Treehouse, the Enchanted Tiki Room, which has returned almost to its opening day glory, and, of course, the Jungle Cruise, which is not open right now. Kind of bad timing on their part. And then this was added. I see the polar bear in the snowstorm. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, so it's got like a little envelope you can open it up. It says, "Let's celebrate."
Right
pushed all the way up.
Hey, Kyle. Yeah. Let's play this game. How much is that pin?
Are we going with colors or prices?
Prices. This actually had a price on it, surprisingly.
Oh wow. Okay. $24.99.
I'm sorry. Over $22.95.
Okay.
Just
going with that. Well, I guess it's not quite Walmart prices.
Yeah, it's very random. Of course, Tiki Room, as I said, perfect place to go in and catch some air.
Oh yeah, that's right. They gave out Porto's pastries at Disneyland this year, just to prove that was still coming, despite speculation to the contrary. Yeah,
I was talking to one of the cast members, a PhotoPass cast member, and we were saying how even just like a magic shot would be good. And then I remember Disneyland, for every anniversary, at least has their little signs or like a small photo op they put out. Here, I said something to one of the cast members when I was walking to the park, and she didn't even know it was the anniversary.
They should do something with that, like their 35th logo. They should have just done a play on that to make it look like a reverse it somehow.
That would have been funny. Like just put it, Photoshop a full reverse. Caribbean Plaza, there is a Walt Disney World special that is on YouTube. I can't remember the name of it, but it has Lucy Arnaz and Tommy Tune in it. And it is one of those things that if just go on YouTube, look it up. There is Tommy Tune tap dancing through the Magic Kingdom. It is pretty spectacular.
Not to be confused with Tommy Two-Tone.
No. I just want a birthday cupcake. I don't really. It's today was supposed to be like 85, 88. So there's
I think that's what Ethan said.
Yeah, it's a cooler day. Yesterday the feels like it was 102 at one point.
So what you're saying is that I should shut up because even on October 1st it doesn't feel like Halloween?
Well, It definitely feels like Halloween here in the Magic Kingdom because I can't remember the last time before November I even wore a sweatshirt.
So wait, what temperature did you say? I thought you said it was 88.
It is 85, 88 today.
And you're wearing a sweatshirt?
No. I don't remember the last time. Before November, I wore one.
Okay, I misunderstood. I was very confused and concerned for your health.
Yes, that would be one of those, like...
I know it's called a sweatshirt, but maybe don't take it too literally.
No, that would definitely be a walk-in and the camera just drops.
The phone would overheat on your behalf.
Let's not say those words. Let's take a look at Tiana's for a little bit.
That's a pretty view.
Yeah.
With the water right there. I obviously haven't been to the park since this opened, so it's cool to see it.
It is an enjoyable ride. I have no... I love the previous attraction. This attraction, I wish that they would have just built something new for it, but I just saw somebody go down with one person in the log. Hang on, we need to see this.
Just yell at them, where are your friends?
Go home. Okay, that one has a few people. I'm waiting for one to come up. Here we go. Yeah, this has 4 people in it. And they're all sitting directly behind each other.
I don't know. Virtual queue only.
Oh, and the next log is empty. I know the parade just ended, but still, I feel like there should be people in these logs. Yeah, one just dropped empty. I feel like Tony's right now going, I could have gone on this 5 times without having to wait through a virtual queue.
There's a full boat.
Yeah.
Are you excited to compare... Sorry to interrupt you. Are you excited to compare this version to what eventually opens in Disneyland, since obviously the 2 Splash Mountains are, for being the same ride, there were some significant differences.
No, I'm very excited. It's one of those things of if Mike were to need any more help, I would be more than happy to come out for that. But I definitely will be heading out to California at some point because there's a famous story of me and Splash Mountain breaking down before it opened. So being there as close to opening for Tiana's out there is something I look forward to, but I don't look forward to how wet I will get on that attraction.
Did you break Splash Mountain? Is that what you're saying?
So it was the 4th of July prior to its grand opening. There was a very long wait, and I was a kid, and my friend and I ran over there, got in line, and they posted, I think it said 3-hour wait because they had no clue what the actual queue was. Made it into the tunnels, and it shut down, for multiple hours. But this was the time where I had 1 visit per year out there. So I ended up waiting in line. I want to say it was about 5 hours total. I'm sure that's incorrect because my memory is very skewed of how bitter I was. Get on the ride, had a great time. It was those days where we didn't have phones and I had to meet my mom at a certain time. So I went over and met my mom at whatever time it was. And then she proceeds to tell me how they went on Splash Mountain, her and her friends, adults, and they kept splashing each other to the point where they shut down the attraction and got evac'd and were almost kicked out of the park. So, because of my mom splashing, I waited 5 hours.
Wow.
Oh yeah, this one has a family of 5 on it.
And just a few decades later, you would then be responsible for burning down Notre Dame.
Hey, that is also one of my major claim to fames.
He didn't actually, for those. He just happened to. He happened to go to Notre Dame the day before, so he's on the flight home. We're all texting him, "What did you do?"
Yep.
It was pretty fantastic. Hey,
It was.
Caitlin, thanks for joining us on this momentous occasion.
It was definitely one of those days that I will always remember. And as much as I want to go out there on, I think it's December 8th is when the reopening is, I'm more than happy to go sometime next year when it's not mass mayhem. And I don't think I have to worry about it burning down again because I'm pretty sure they pulled out most of the wood.
Well, then Cole was at Disneyland Paris when they closed. They announced that they were closing or ending flights to America for a while there. So yeah, luckily I think we've broken that. We've been to Paris enough that no bad things are going to happen when our team goes over there. But for a bit there, we're a bit of a black sheep.
Yep. I had friends who were on their honeymoon and they just got to Tokyo. Like the next day was the first day they were going to Tokyo Disneyland. And I text them and it was, night over there. And that was when the shutdown from the pandemic happened. And they luckily were some of the first people to be able to rebook their flight. So they rebooked their flight and they decided, hey, we're going to take some time in California and go to Disneyland. Yep, neither one of those happened. But anyway, here we are, October 1st.
Yeah, I guess Walt Disney World lost a few months of it, but Disneyland closed for more than a year. So is it really as old as it says it is? We're gonna have to start subtracting that. Be like, yeah, you're really like 69 again next year.
Yeah, actually, it's like Halloween Horror Nights out here is celebrating its 33rd year this year. But then I started looking and I had 30th anniversary, I think, twice. Okay, whatever you guys.
Well, it's also confusing. Like I've seen people, like for some reason, upset, and I don't understand that, except that it's Twitter, so of course. But people are angry because SNL's 50th season is starting, but it's not 50 years old, and you're like, yeah, because like the first season started before it turned 1.
Yeah.
When it turns 1, it starts its second season. So yeah, it's not 50 years old. It's starting its 50th season.
Well, how many seasons has Dancing with the Stars been on? Isn't that like 35 or something?
Yeah, and it hasn't been on for 35 years. It's that they do 2 or 3 a year.
Yeah.
So that's a different situation. But yeah, people are very confused about the SNL 50 branding.
But it started in 74, did it not?
75.
75. So yeah, it's going into its 50th. Never mind.
Yeah. It's begun its 50th year. And when you turn 1, you end your first year and you're entering your second year. That's just how it works.
Yeah.
So I'm in my 39th year. I had to remember how old I was.
It happens as you get older. I can tell you from experience, Kyle.
They're all basically the same.
Yeah.
I know what the number starts with. I know it's somewhere up near the 4.
There's actually a breeze blowing through the Magic Kingdom. It's a bit strange. I'm looking for any rain clouds, but some over that way, but it doesn't feel close enough.
You can tell it's October because there's quite a line for Haunted Mansion.
Haunted Mansion, another opening day attraction. Did you know, Kyle, that both Haunted Mansions, the interiors were built at the same time?
Yeah. I don't think I quite knew that, but I did know that the one at California, the exterior just stood there for a long time before anything happened.
Yes, that was built in 62. But when they decided to actually build and open it in 1969, they already had Walt Disney World in the plans. So they just built 2 of each of the animatronics. So
that makes sense. I'm like, but they're different tracks.
Yes.
That's why. So Luke just got back from Tokyo, where they have, and I don't know if they originated or not. I forget, but Haunted Mansion Holiday with Nightmare Before Christmas. And so you're kind of experiencing Haunted Mansion Holiday like they have at Disneyland, but on an attraction that's more like Magic Kingdom's version.
Yeah, I've watched the video of that, and that is one of those weird ones with Sally up on the staircase at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it started in Disneyland, and then, of course, as with everything, Tokyo has to have the coolest thing, so they duplicate
I couldn't remember because I know that like Ghost Galaxy started in Hong Kong and then came to the to Disneyland, so I didn't know if that was another one that started overseas and then got imported. But
no, that one was pure Disneyland. You know those times where you try to find your sunglasses and they just happen to be sitting on the top of your head?
Sort of. I don't wear sunglasses all that often, but I do have a pair for when I'm driving.
Two other opening day attractions, of course. Peter Pan's Flight, which was recently updated, and It's a Small World, which is still cruising. At no time does the sun ever set on It's a Small World.
It's true. I think it's true. I mean, I guess it depends. Maybe if it's daylight saving time.
Yeah. No, I remember when Hong Kong opened theirs, that was one of the claim to fame. It was like, now there's one all around the world. And then Shanghai didn't get anything. Yeah. But there gets a Simpsons Rock and Roller Coaster.
Simpsons Rock and Roller Coaster?
Yeah, didn't you see that?
No, I haven't.
I believe Mike actually made a post about it. It was in the season finale. I guess they say Simpsons Rock and Roller Coaster. Oh no, it was other sites that were doing the clickbait title, but yeah.
What? Other sites doing clickbait title? I've never heard of such a thing.
I still love the original in California, but with the addition of the Disney characters, I think if we're going off of those, it's probably the one in Disneyland Paris, because that one is pretty amazing. I did not do the one in Tokyo. That one was closed. Did you do the one in Hong Kong?
I have done them all.
So I remember the one in Hong Kong, walking up going, oh, there's no line at all. And then you walk into this massive building that has the queue. And we were in there for like an hour. I was like, okay, I'm not.
That's true. They do have a big indoor queue for that one.
Yeah. So now we're going to walk into another opening day attraction, but is, of course, no longer here. We're crossing into the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea Lagoon. That sat empty for many, many, many years until the new Fantasyland expansion happened 12 years ago, 13 years ago?
I think it started opening, I want to say that it started opening in like 2011 and then Dwarves came in 12, but I could be wrong.
Dwarves was 13.
Okay, well then maybe it was 12 and 13.
Yeah, because the Dwarves was my first big opening. But yeah, I think it was 12 because I remember, the infamous one-use dragon flying over.
That Doobie didn't pay attention to, even though he was there.
Hey, they were getting alcohol out of the fountain. And if you don't know that reference, go back and watch our Parks Talk from last night. Nice shirt.
Are you guys twinning on Roosevelt's?
He had on one of the Donald shirts from the Donald drop a few months ago, and he reaches into his bag as he's walking, so I stopped and looked over, and he pulled out. I'm wearing the Haunted Mansion, not the wallpaper one, but the house guest one, which is thanks to Roosevelt's. Are you going to get any of the Peanuts shirts that are dropping today?
I don't think so. We haven't. We have plenty of Roosevelt's, so I'm trying to be a little bit more selective. I'm not huge on Peanuts, but that's cool.
The only part of Peanuts that I would go after is if it's an actual Charlie Brown shirt.
Yeah,
And
Yeah, like a polo, one of their polos, and that would be awesome.
Oh no, I would even the button up is like. There's so many times at Knott's Berry Farm
Bikini
I'll
flex.
see those, and I'll look at it and I'm like, no, this isn't the greatest quality. It's not Roosevelt's quality.
It's true.
So yeah, we're walking, on water through what used to be.
You're not Jesus. That's pavement.
Oh.
Which, if this is what you can get if you pave over your lagoon, I'm perfectly fine if they want to take away the Disneyland subs.
Yeah, you don't want to say that too loud.
No, that's okay. The subs are overrated. My least favorite ride in the Disneyland Resort.
See, I enjoy this stuff. Oh wow, there's one of the.
I prefer the ADA version of the subs.
Yeah. Don't know if this was hurricane damage or if they're probably just replacing it because they're going to replace most of the banners. But there seems to be a banner missing there.
Yeah. Interesting.
Oh, Dumbo, opening day attraction.
Yeah, it's hard to know. Hard to know if it's refurbishment or damage. You never want to imply that it's damage when it's not, because thankfully I know Orlando and the area was not hit too hard by the hurricane, unlike other parts of the country, which are still dealing with the repercussions of that storm. So.
No, and like I said in Parks Talk, if you can give blood, it helps everyone everywhere.
Do you know what your blood type is?
I am the universal donor, O negative, or is that the universal? Yeah, I think I'm the universal donor. I can never remember which one it is.
I have no idea what blood type I am, nor do I know how to find out.
Well, if you go to one of the big red buses that they often have at like Walmart's and donate blood, they will actually send you and give you all the information about your blood.
There you go. Jeremiah PSA.
Do you know the story
Hello,
about...
Christina. Thank you for joining us. Do I know the story about
this Calliope?
I don't think I do.
It was originally... I want to say it was originally built here, and then they sent it over to Paris, and then it came back here when they redid this. That's one of those stories I need to track down and find out. But I also love the callback to toot, whistle, plunk, boom. Or toot, plunk, whistle, boom. Depends on how you read it.
Alexa confirms that O negative is the universal donor, so you had that correct.
Thank you.
Did you listen to the Type O Negative, the band?
No.
Okay. We're doing quite well, Christina. How are you doing? Thanks for joining us on this momentous occasion. It is Walt Disney World and Magic Kingdom's 53rd birthday and Epcot's 41st, second.
1982. One of those trivia questions I miss almost every time is what year did Epcot open? Because I always say 81 because 71, but it's 82.
I assume this is up because of the parties.
Yeah, which I didn't even know it was back here. This is one of my favorite standees. Yeah.
I love that the little devil there. When I went to the archives, they have one of those on display. Mm-hmm. It's always cool to see. I don't know if it's in the main archive building or like the library part upstairs.
It used to be in the library up on the bookshelf.
Yeah. That's where I saw it.
Which I wonder if your book is in there. Your book should be in there because
I don't know if it hit their radar, and I hope they don't because there's a lot of typos in there.
Well, I know from experience of looking through there, they will put just about any Disney reference book in there.
Interesting. Yeah, that'd be fun to know. I haven't been there in a long time, nor do I know if I could still. I'm sure I could gain entry from if I was with the right person.
Was the last time you were there when we were together?
No, we went to Imagineering together. I don't think we went. Well, we did go to the lot, but I don't think we went into the archives.
Yeah, I think it was closed for some reason.
Yeah, I went years before that with a friend of mine. A different friend of mine, I should say.
So I want to play a game with our followers. Where should I
Okay.
eat lunch?
Oh, are you gonna give me choices, or do I just have to remember what's available?
Just anywhere in the Magic Kingdom at this point, I think.
Anywhere in the Magic Kingdom. You already tried the new Pecos Bill.
Yes, which was very good and actually may win if I can't come up with a better idea.
I mean, you have to be in the right mood for Casey's.
When I was walking in, I was thinking corn dog nuggets, but this is a statement I never thought I'd make. I'm kind of corn dog nugget out.
I mean, I can totally understand that. Do they have anything interesting at Friar's Nook right now? Because they're one that changes that menu fairly often. So sometimes there's like something good, and other times it's just not terribly exciting, or just the same sort of stuff.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Friar's Nook has.
Trying to think of where I eat when I go there. Magic Kingdom's not my favorite food park.
No, the food here is always very basic.
Yeah,
and that's why,
but still not. It's amazing to
Cosmic
think
Rays.
back to the trips that I took when I was even a teenager, and how everything was either burgers and fries or pizza, and then now it's a huge variety of food that they have there.
Except in Cosmic Rays, which is burgers or chicken sandwiches.
Or if you have to go to a different lane if you want to mix and match.
Oh no, they don't even. They've closed off most of those. I think.
Oh, did they? So
yeah, where it used to be the different choices. Now it is very much just if you want something, go to this lane, and then the other one is mobile order.
Speaking of mixing and matching, though, I will miss Crossroads, because one time I went over there and I was able to complete one of the most perfect fast food meals. I got a cheesy gordita crunch from Taco Bell and then McDonald's French fries.
When I would drive by there, usually leaving the parks, I would always be, I'm very hungry. Guaranteed that I would be waiting for either one of those for at least 20 minutes.
Yeah, you have to time it right. we went at a time where it was not just after closing.
So we're going to go in and listen to Sunny Eclipse for a little bit.
Very nice. I enjoy that. We hope we are.
Oh, we're not.
Okay, we are not.
That's right. Today is a party.
Disney Junior Jam.
I mean, Sunny's up there.
You make it sound like he's in heaven.
It is heaven up there.
Ooh, baby, do you know what that's for?
Also, I don't think I've been in here since they've moved back the floors for the dance party, or I haven't been in here when they've done this. Seeing this much floor is weird. Tomorrowland Speedway, another opening day attraction that over the years has shrunk more and more and more.
It can shrink even more if it were up to me. Again, another one I see as wasted space.
Absolutely. Even Autopia at Disneyland, which I know I'm not a kid that's his first driving experience, but Disneyland has so much. Again, if they close Autopia and the subs, so much space. This, not as much space, but they could definitely do a nice, Baymax ride there where we all learn to dance. And
but there's already another attraction just like that, only a couple parks away, depending on how you count park distances.
Seems like People Mover is down.
But it never stops. That's what it tells me.
It lies.
Oh.
See, this is why, again, people, when you come here in Halloween time, that starts like June, just plan to come to Magic Kingdom on a party day and do rope drop, because this is something you never see, how empty this is. How long is the wait for Space Mountain? Let's walk over and see.
And Tron, for that matter, since it is no longer a virtual queue. Oh yeah, you could get. What do they have at the? Do they have the little kiosk in the Tron queue open?
It is just drinks now. Yeah, I think the food disappeared early in the first year.
Yeah.
They still have the themed drinks, but it's a little sad. Of hey, look, here's some unique items, and those were gone. As with most of the food items that are not burgers or pizza or chicken strips.
I mean, chicken strips with barbecue sauce does sound very good right now.
That's because you're inside.
That's fair.
10-minute wait for Space Mountain. Ladies and gentlemen, a 10-minute. If you are in
I rest my
the
case.
sound of my voice, you have under an hour to get to Magic Kingdom. Let's walk over and check out what Tron looks like.
Doodle-doo, doodle-doo.
I actually walked into the park and hopped right on the train and did a grand circle tour of the Magic Kingdom. Not as cool as Disneyland, but it was nice.
That is nice. Do you ever go and watch the lights on Tron the way you did when we in Shanghai? Does it compare in that aspect?
No, in Shanghai, I feel like the lighting package changed a lot more. This is always, the team blue colors, and then every now and then team orange comes up, but it's not enough. And I was talking to somebody who had never been to either Trons, and they're asking about the difference between this and Shanghai. It's like, Shanghai is the Space Mountain of that park. This is, buried in the corner.
Yeah, and their Tomorrowland's very different with like the multiple levels and just huge. It does this part of it. This walkway does kind of recreate a little bit of what their Tomorrowland is like, but it, like you're saying, it's just off to the side instead of being the entire land.
Yeah. So it is a 45-minute wait for Tron. I'm going to move back out.
Okay, that's about average for what we've been seeing since it went to a standby queue.
Yeah, when I was here the other day, they said it was a 45, and I think when I walked in, because it wasn't, the queue wasn't even outside, it was pretty much inside just before you got digitized, and not bad at all.
So you think that's probably just their minimum post for now?
Yeah, probably hey, here's a reason to spend, it jumped up in price today, and it's going to jump up in price in a couple more days, I believe. The
individual lightning lane?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, those are dynamic, keep in mind. So those do fluctuate. So when we say there's a price change, it might not be like an all-time high, but it does mean that that's higher than it was the day before.
Yeah, I believe today it jumped up $1 from this and the other individual lightning lanes were all jumping up $1, and then I think the end of October for some reason they're doing it again. I mean, they're
because
doing it today.
Of Halloween.
I don't know. Halloween's been a long time coming. I know.
Yeah, I know, but the actual holiday
year
itself has some cachet.
Yeah. Happy New Year, by the way, Kyle.
Thank you. Happy fiscal New Year to you as well, for all the nerds who don't, or non-nerds that don't understand what we're talking about.
Yes.
Although, did I tell you Benji actually'd me on this?
No.
Apparently, even though they report it as, the fiscal year ending on the 30th and starting on the 1st, it really closes on the Saturday before the one that's closest to the day. So sometimes it's September 29th, or sometimes it's October 2nd, things like that. So it really closed on Saturday.
Yes, my friend who works in one of those areas that, depending on the fiscal new year, on Friday said, I'm going to a New Year's party. And I just kind of paused for a second and had to figure out, oh, okay, yes, the dates.
Yep.
Okay, and again, here's how you can tell it's not busy. People Mover doesn't have a queue.
Nice. But yeah, so it's a new fiscal year, so it is 2025 according to Disney. Which is funny because they released new calendar 2025 offers this morning, including one where you can save up to $200 per night on 3-night stays that include a hotel and a ticket package. Of course, that $200 per night rate is going to vary depending on where you stay. So obviously the most expensive hotels are going to give you the most off, whereas lower end ones are going to be either $120 or $60. But we recommend calling our friends and if I were smarter, I would have a banner for this already. Mouse Band Travel. They can help you figure out which of these deals is best and what's actually going to save you the most, depending on what your travel plans are. So check out those offers. And if you already have tickets, they also have another offer for up to 25% off room rates. And if you're a Florida resident, up to 30%. And those are select dates, but they're all in early 2025. So you can go check this out on laughingplace.com.
Well, I was just watching something today. Speaking of new concrete, very weird. Just wood.
Donna says she could listen, watch, and ride the People Mover all day long.
I would go ride it, Donna, but I know right about there we start to lose connection, and by the time we go into the original model of Epcot, it's gone. Let's go to the alien encounter, shall we? Oh.
Kimberly wishes she was there. I don't blame her. I do too. But this is the next best thing, right? Donna, giving another shout out to Mousefan Travel /MEI. They're great for planning her trip. So yeah, hopefully they can help you as well.
Yeah, Mousefan Travel is definitely the way to go.
It doesn't cost you anything extra, which is why I don't go on big enough. I haven't taken a big enough trip, but trust that when I do actually get to take a real vacation and not a business trip, I will be asking MEI to help book it for me.
I feel like that's just a dream there, Kyle. A vacation.
You know what? I do try to dream. I am taking a half day on Friday. It's my anniversary, and we're going to go to a nice new hotel that just opened downtown, and so that'll be fun.
Oh, congratulations. How long have you and Rebecca been married?
It will be 11 years.
Oh, so I pretty much literally met you like right after you guys were married.
Kind of. We met in you and I met in 2016. Becca and I got married in 2013.
Well, I mean, through Laughing Place.
Yes, but I thought you meant actually met. So yes, in general, yes, you met me virtually.
No, I feel like in person, those days, like at this point, it seems like a lifetime ago that we were hanging out in Hong Kong, dying because of the heat. And that is definitely one that I always fight as the worst temperature I've ever had to experience in a theme park was Hong Kong.
Yeah, Hong Kong in June, pretty rough.
Yeah.
I found that my skin, particularly my hands, really hate hot weather, and they really, really hate hot, humid weather. And by the end of that trip between Hong Kong and Shanghai, my hands were so puffy and red and awful.
Yeah, it was definitely a once-in-a-lifetime experience, mostly because I just never want to have to go to Hong Kong in June. Not saying that I wouldn't, but I feel like if I had to do that again now...
What's funny is I think I actually did go back in June one year. I think Ant-Man might have been in June.
Yes. So much has changed in Hong Kong since I was there. Like,
the
I feel
park
like,
or the city? Okay.
No, the park. The city's cool, but
the city, things have happened in the city for sure. But no, I will say I was surprised. I thought that not necessarily the park, but the city would have changed a lot from the time that I went previously, and it didn't feel like it, which was nice because I really do love that city. There's a lot of things I love in general. Beck and I were just talking about this. I'm the type of person that if I go to a foreign place and I stay at a hotel and I really like it, I'm just going to keep going there. Why mess with perfection? So I really love being able to go back to the same places that I stayed in Hong Kong or in Paris and really like know the area and be able to like close my eyes at night and walk my way from my hotel to Disneyland Paris in my head. I really enjoy that.
Yeah, I feel like I'm just getting to that point with, well, my time in Paris, I've gone into the city for less than, like, I think my entire total time in Paris may equal a day and a half.
That's enough time to light the match.
Yes. Burn. But no, I completely agree. Oh, hey, here's a good way to end the show. Let's go over to the Dapper Dans.
I'm jealous of you because you're gonna get to fly into Incheon and leave the airport. That's something I haven't done. I've been in the airport like 3 or 4 times now, but never got to leave it.
Yeah, that's something I'm very much looking forward to, and I'm there for more than a few hours.
Yeah.
This is a good Dapper Dans.
Hey, I'm impressed, guys. Let's start some now. How about this? So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's usually applause when you do that. Thank you. The bells of St. Mary's, I hear they are calling the young loves, the true loves who come from the sea. And so my beloved, when leaves are falling, the love bells shall ring out for you. The love bells shall ring out for you and me. Hello, one and all, and welcome to Main Street. Wow, I think we can do better than that. Welcome to Main Street. If you are just joining us, we're the Dapper Dans,
the finest barbershop quartet in a 2-block radius.
That's right. We are here to sing for you. And you're here to listen to us.
So I hope we get them first.
Oh, this time like a baby, well, I long to love you. I'm gonna go away and leave you. Never see you again. Never gonna see you again. I'm gonna sail on that ferry boat, never to return again. Goodbye, farewell,
So long forever.
goodbye, my Konya. Goodbye, my Konya. Goodbye, my Konya. We all fall for some good. Some girl that dresses me. Some girl that's got big feet. We meet her on the street, then we'll join the army and carry boots to the altar, just like we planned to slaughter. When it's so bad, oh, when we carry good. After days we then recall, rich man, poor man, beggar man, thief, doctor, lawyer, merchant, chief. We all are bound for Oh, wow. What's the first word? Bomb. Bum, bum, bum. Let's go up to the last one, you never see you again. Never gonna see you again. I'm gonna stay upon that ferry boat, never to return again. My farewell.
That one guy looks like your brother.
Which one?
The one on the far left now.
John? Sorry.
You mean Dan?
Yeah.
This one is a cautionary tale. It's titled, If at First You Don't Succeed, Skydiving is Not For You. Let's sing it, guys.
It is a bouncy little number.
Except that can't be the right song. Well, these folks want to hear my favorite song.
It's a love song called It's Better to Have Loved a Short Girl Than Never to Have Loved at All. You're ready to clap. Yeah. Hold on a second. Come on. Look at that sound.
Really?
I got two of these. There's
Actors, musicians, jugglers, musicians, and all the lights will be soon, soon.
There's the
Look out, sopranos who sit on pianos. I don't care for anyone. So I can watch a song and dance. He's got us found you a wonderful style that makes us sad. Hearts smile, gathering for life is games bound to have a song and dance. And on the stage, when he's great on the stage, he is the rage. They love me, lady, with a parasol. Then dance around and meet her by the garden wall. When they decide to hide behind her parasol, do you think they really kiss? A million lips will never miss a chance to see a song and dance man. Or when he sings an old refrain or swings a happy game, that's the kind of entertainment for me.
everybody.
I am doing it. How to steal that from the game.
The other lady with her soul, then gets around and meet her by the garden wall. When they decide to hide behind her pedestal. How do you think they really kiss? You bet. I'll never miss a chance to see the song and dance man. For when he sings an old refrain or swings a happy game, that's the kind of entertainment for, wonderful entertainment for, kind of entertainment for me.
Thank
Very nice,
Come on,
Jeremiah.
hands for the other three guys.
Yeah, they're gonna do their last song. Happy birthday.
Folks, you're gonna love this next song. It's one of my favorites. It's an old song from way out west. It's called "Meet Me in the Cornfield, Honey. I Want to Kiss You Between the Ears."
Too corny.
It's amazing.
I'm gonna skip that one. All right, let's play this right.
Oh, okay.
All right. Hey!
What?
Oh, you've been here before. All right, everybody, when the Dapper Dans say hey. all
So there we go.
say
Dapper Dans,
hey.
another opening day
What
attraction.
song win at the end of
We do have a request to do Laugh Floor. I think that would
No
probably,
problem.
unfortunately, be difficult to stream through.
Yes, so we definitely would.
But there's Mike Wazowski. Does that count?
Yeah.
What?
I'm gonna try
It's that
not
guy.
to get in these. I was that guy.
You're always that guy. Alexa
So-
loves the similarities and differences between them and the Disneyland dance.
Yes. Although I don't think I've ever heard any of those songs that they just performed, which is pretty amazing. So yeah, there we go. Happy birthday, Disney World.
Yep, Walt Disney World.
Uh,
That's the name of the place.
Yep. So we got Barely Necessities coming up later.
Yep, at 4 p.m. Pacific, we'll have Barely Necessities with Rick and Becca looking at the latest Disney products from around the web. Then at 7:30 tonight, we'll have Disney Trivia Live with Doobie and Gideon. I'm sure it'll be related to the anniversaries of Walt Disney World in some way, whether it's just a mention or it's actually themed to that. But yes, be sure to click the subscribe button, ring the bell so you get notified whenever we go live, including walk talks like this. And I think that's about it. Thank you very much, Jeremiah, for taking on this grand circle tour of the Magic Kingdom.
It all, we've come full circle. And now I'm going to go sit inside the Town Square Theater and cool off. So,
And think of where you want to eat, since nobody gave you any ideas.
I know. I can almost feel it's going to be Casey's from some corn dog nuggets. But, okay.
All right.
Talk to you later on, Kyle.
Bye.